Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be making this beautiful crepe gown with front slit. So I have 2 yards of plain fabric and I folded. We're going to be cutting the back first, the one without the slit, and I have this scrap burnt orange crepe. So I folded using the shoulder measurements divided by 2, then sleeve length plus ½ inch sewing allowance. That is what I used in folding. So the next thing you want to get is you want to get your bust point, but in this case I didn't really use my bust point. I just decided to use the length of my armhole, how wide I want the sleeve of this dress to be. So that is what I marked there, but you can just do wider. It depends on how wide you want your sleeve to be. The next thing I marked is the waistline. It's actually very unnecessary. Then the next thing is the hip line. Then we have the full length of the gown. So coming to the shoulder line, the starting line, you're going to mark your shoulder divided by 2. When you mark that, you're also going to measure your sleeve length. Don't forget to remove the part that is going to carry the colored band. So just decide what your sleeve length is going to be and you mark that plus ½ inch sewing allowance. So coming to this part, the biggest part of the body is the hip. So you're going to take the hip divided by 4. For some people it's actually the bust, for some people it's the tummy. Just decide, but for me it is my hip, and I have 40 inches hip divided by 4, that is 10. I added 1.5 inches for his, and I added my sewing allowance. So that is what I'm going to measure all through for the dress. I'm going to put that on the waistline. I'm also going to put that on the bust line and also the hem of the dress. So like I was saying, if the bust is the biggest part of the body, you're going to use the bust divided by 4 and sewing allowance. And if the biggest part of the body is the waist, you're going to use that as well. So for this case, like I said, so on that line, as you can see me do, just mark whatever you have as your starting line, also mark it there so that you can create your sleeve, and you mark that into a straight line. What I mean is the same thing you have on your starting line, which is your back measurement and your sleeve length. Also mark it on that line where your chest point is. Then the next thing, you're going to create a curve at that angle, and you just mark everything straight down and you cut out. So I'm just trying to show you how it looks on the down part. At this point I need to really apologize for, my chalk is not really showing, and that's because of the fabric. The fabric was, there's something about the fabric, so I'm really sorry about that. So I'm just going to mark that straight, the same hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches is, and your sewing allowance. If it wasn't that it was having a slit, I would have done like 2 inches is or 2.5 inches is. So but because I have a slit, that means I'm going to be able to walk very comfortably. So that is why I used 1.5 inches as my uh is 1.5 inches as my haze. So the next thing, you're going to cut that out. Remember I said we are cutting the back first, so now the next thing you want to cut is the front, the one that has the slit. So you're going to take your fabric again, fold into 2, then you place the back piece on it, and remember to leave out your slit. It has a slit, it has a joining at the front, and I used 1 inch for that part. So after you're done arranging, just cut it out from the sides, exactly the same thing. The only difference is the neck area and the slit. So for the back, determine what you want as your back. I used the wideness of 3 inches, and I used 1.5 inches for the neck depth, that is for the back, while for the front, the one with the slit, is a v-neck. So I went down about 6 inches, and I also used 3 inches width. Remember, you're going to fold this in. That is because I need to get my accurate neck width. So I used 6 inches for the neck depth, and I used 3 inches for the neck width, like I said. And after then, I'm just going to go ahead and cut. Remember to cut separately. You don't have the same neck design for the front and back. So I cut out the back neck first, followed by the front neck, and that is what I'm doing right now. And after you're done doing that, you're just going to flip this piece up, just flip it up, but in a way that you still can maintain your neck width, because we have the same neck width for both the front and the back. The only difference is the neck depth, which is the front is v-neck and the back is just like a round neck. So now we are done. You're just going to cut the that excess, that part, it is not needed. Next thing, you're just going to cut like in a slant form, just so you can have a shoulder slope, just a little, not even up to an hinge. That is what I did at that point. After then, you're going to open up your slit, the front piece. So you're going to open that up, and we are done with cutting. So I'm just going to go ahead and you know cut that open. So we have two pieces for the front. Now we are done. The next thing we want to do is to move to the sewing, and we are going to be working on the front piece first. So here's the first thing we're going to do. You're going to we used 1 inch as our slit allowance, so you're going to sew down up to the point where you want your slit to end. You can just take your tape measure and decide, and just measure how much you want open from the down part of the dress. Mine was just about 4-5 inches above my knee. So you just determine, and that is where your stitch will stop. And after joining, here is what we have. So you're just going to open it up this way, and use your pressing iron. Fun fact, that pressing iron is not even hot. Okay, this is just for tutorial purpose, so just so you can have a flat surface at the other part. So the next thing you want to do is, let me show you the down part. So you see how the slit part is up is looks. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold it in, just a little by the sides. And if you have hemming gun, this will come handy at this point, but because I do not have hemming gun, that is why I had to sew down, and just to keep it in place. And when I'm done doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to top stitch at the part where the slit started, just to have a sealed edge so it doesn't tear apart. So now that I'm done doing that, okay, I'm going to take it to the sewing machine to do that. So now that I'm done doing that, this is how it looks like, you can see. And because there is no light at this point, that is why I didn't iron. I was supposed to iron while sewing. So here's what it looks like. The next step now is to cut facing for our neck, for both the front and the back. You know how to cut facing now, you understand. So next thing, just sew in your facing, notch and top stitch, and also do the same thing for the front piece. So just going to go ahead and sew in the facing. Now my facing has this joining because I didn't have enough fabric, so you don't have to join your facing if you have enough fabric. Okay, so now that I'm done joining the facing, the next thing is to join the shoulders. Now right sides facing each other, join by the shoulders, and when you're done, bring it back to the table and you open it up so we can cut the sleeve. For the sleeve, I just used about 2 inches, 4 inches. When I fold, is going to be 2 inches, and the length of the sleeve. Then you're just going to join it with half of an inch, so it looks like this when you're done. After which, you're going to sew by the sides down to the hem of the dress, and you hem the down part. And after, this is the result we have. It actually looks better on me, guys. It looks better than you can see it look on the mannequin. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Bye.